Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Valhalla. Welcome back to Vowell Ventures. Sorry about my voice. It seems like a swallowed frog. We're back here early May. Most of the snow is finally gone. Spring sounds of sandhill cranes in the background. We're out here for some adventures. We're out here for a real short trip, open up camp, get things ready to go, bring the family up in a few weeks, and spend a couple weeks playing and working. I have a few chores lined out for today, so I'll probably time lapse through them. They're not very exciting, but they still have to be done, and see what else we get ourselves into. First order of business, getting ready for the summer, end of spring, fall. Believe it or not, this is not a set of mud tires. These are my studded, dedicated snow tires. They have to come off. Winter DOT regulations up here, I think it's the 15th they have to be off, but I don't want to wear them out anyway. So let's get the truck in the shop, tear these off, and then I can go back doing more productive things. Oh, get you in here. All right, that ought to do it. Just need to find some blocks of wood. Okay, let's get this front end jacked up. It's always fun rolling around in the dirt to do it. But it's what you got. It's what you got. Oh, I should have got the lighter jack. But that's okay. Frame under there somewhere. There it is. There seemed to be a creeping crud going around before I left. May have caught it from my dad. I'm hoping I didn't spread it to my son. And I certainly seem to be fighting it. Not too bad, other than frog in your throat and nagging coughing. Okay. I'm probably supposed to put jack stands under and all that kind of good stuff, but it's not going to happen. Anyway, I picked up this shiny new toolbox, and now I haven't been able to remember where I put anything, which is sad since I couldn't remember where I put anything last time in my old setup. I know they're here somewhere. There they are. Actually, these. Get back on there. All right, here we go. Off with one, on with the other. Get these zung on, because I'm sure zung on is a word or phrase. And if it isn't, it is now. I already have a little bit of lube on the threads left over from the previous tire change, and it looks like it was still wet, so I'm not going to bother spraying some more on. Maybe next year I'll end up putting a fresh set of tires on. Right now our driveway is actually better than I expected, but there's a couple of soft areas, so I'm going to hold off on trying to grade it out smooth yet. Of course, there's always one lug nut that wants to be a bum, so get a better grip on it. A lot of people keep one set of wheels and go to a tire center. Well, that's not good. Go to a tire center and have the tire swapped over, which is fine. But I like having a little wider tread in the summer. And these wheels look better. Well, they used to. I wouldn't say they do now. Huh. I find a chase. Really don't like these dressy lug nuts, but they're what came with it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll torque them after. Oops. That might turn into a nice looking day today. Anyway, we'll speed this up. You don't want to sit here and watch me change 4 tires. Whoops, dropped it up. Should never leave your nuts laying around. Alright, put the front back down. Gently, of course. Kind of thinking I should have put the forks on the Bobcat and used it to pick it up. But I would hate for something to go catastrophically wrong if I did that and have it caught on video. So I might practice a couple times first just to make sure I don't punch through an oil pan or crack a differential housing or, you know, something fun like that. In the meantime, there's no school like old school. Get my goop. Can't do this without goop. Oh, holy moly, that's a long way under there. Maybe I don't need the boards. We'll say I don't need the boards. I swear, when I get concrete in this shop, I'm going to want to throw a neighborhood party for everybody that's helped and supported. At this point, man, I swear I'd almost rather have concrete as insulation and heat. Just rolling around in the sand and gravel is not really that enjoyable. Oh, there's some lovely video right there, huh? Okay, let's get this apart. Back to high speed. Something thick and sticky. There we go. That's what we'll call it. We need something thick and sticky to hold these center caps in so they don't drive me crazy driving down the highway. There we go. Got our thick and sticky applied. Might as well start by putting the goop in. Let it gel a little bit before I slap it up there. Not really cleaning, not even wiping off the crud. Don't really care if it sticks hard to the wheel. I just want it to gel up and be a spacer. And if it works, cool. And if it doesn't, I'll probably ignore it and just be frustrated. Turn the radio up, that always works. throw this on the ground, torque everything down, check tire pressure. Okay, that list doesn't sound as short as I thought it did. Yes, it never is. Check one thing off, put 4 things on. And I can't even claim to be homesteading yet because we don't live here. I'm still trying to build the homestead. I am certainly not complaining. This is the Roll Air 6590 HK gas powered air compressor. Got it from AIH here in Alaska. If you want a close up, there you go. I actually special ordered this one a few years ago, right before the sniffles hit the country, or actually the world, and shut it down. It has an oversized pump and the small wheelbarrow style rolling chassis, which I kind of don't like the tanks, but I wanted to keep it small enough to move around on the ATV trailer. Pretty much that pump, if I remember right, is about 16 CFM. Nice, easy start. Reliable Honda engine, hasn't had any problems. I will end up having a larger reserve tank to feed it into so that I have the capacity. But with this setup right now, in less than a minute, once you get it warmed up, close the valves, less than a minute, it's charged, ready to go, and it kicks down to idle and nothing flat. It's been a phenomenal air compressor. All right, let's get it running. First thing to do with any small engine tool, turn it on. After that, it has been a little colder, so we'll turn the fuel on, give it some choke, let the fuel get into the bowl. Pretty sure I did. Make sure I'm not going to whack an arm. I get some fuel in the bowl. That's about it. Got the tank open so it warms up a little. Close that valve in under a minute. It'll be ready to go. All right, air compressor's warmed up, charged up. Let's throw some air in this. I want 80 pounds. Like the tires tight for a little bit better mileage. If it gets soft, I'll lower them down a little, but for the most part, that's not bad. I'll turn the tank up. If you want links or information about the air compressor or this Astro AI, Astro Pneumatic digital air gun, or excuse me, air inflator. It's actually a really nice one. I use it at the racetrack a lot. Well, when I used to race. I'll throw those in the description down below. No problem sharing information. And again, I apologize about the audio. My voice is shot, so I'm doing what I can. Well, I was warming up, just pushing a few things around. I'm planning on putting a 40-foot container over here. So I'm trying to carve it down flat, open it up, expose the frozen dirt, let it start thawing. And I was going to knock that pile down over there, take this one down over here, level it all out, smooth it out, get ready to get a flat spot that'll dry out, and I can put some railroad ties or 4x4s down for a container. And the Bobcat decided to blow the expansion tank. Basically, I was cruising along, minding my own business, and I heard the alternator belt start squealing again. Just thought that was kind of odd, revved it up, popped it a little bit, and went away, kept going. Temperatures all look fine. I heard it start squealing again, and battery voltage was dropping down pretty low. I was like, well, that's really odd. Then I looked out and saw a big cloud of steam behind me. That big cloud of steam happened to come from this 16-year-old expansion tank. This is the coolant overflow. It's actually a pressurized container like in modern cars. At some point it decided it had enough. It cracked, it blew coolant all over the top side of here, ran down in, soaked the air intake, soaked the top of the engine, sprayed all over, and just made an awful mess out of everything. Soaked the inside of the door. So basically ended up shutting it down. I let it cool off, took a break, did some parts hunting, found the part number, and of course the dealer here in Wasilla is not open on weekends. They open on Monday, and I happen to fly back to Hawaii on Monday again. But it's not an expensive part. I can get my hands on it. So I'll make a video of how to fix a 16-year-old Bobcat when I get back. I have a couple other things I want to do to it anyway. But anyway, I had plans to show a little dirt work. I don't know what I'm doing dirt work, but it is fun. And you don't learn unless you try. Well, that's it for the Bobcat. I'll find something else to do around here. There's plenty of other things to keep me busy. Well, unfortunately, that's pretty much going to do it for this trip. Things went wrong. Bobcat broke. I wasn't able to do what I was wanting completely. Did get some other chores taken care of that were pretty difficult to video alone. A few other things fixed. Did a lot of organizing, shoving stuff around to make room to move the trailer inside the shop. Get it closer to the wall, make more space to work. I'll be back in about 3 weeks with my son, then a few days later my wife and daughter, and I'm sure we'll have all kinds of adventures. We'll be up here for quite a spell. Should have some playtime, some adventure time, some hiking, chores, work. I'm hoping to get the chimney put in, the stovepipe connected to the double barrel stove. We'll obviously have to video that and get that tested because gotta have fire. Other than that, I think my son and I might be trying to make some snow breaks so that we can avoid these issues again. For reference, that's a 15-foot tall wall. And once spring happened, basically a 60-foot by 120-foot slab of snow, a couple feet deep, started sliding down the wall, or sliding down the roof rather. And when it overhung about 3 feet, it started breaking off in 60 to 80-foot chunks and collapsing down, piling up against the wall. Which isn't a big issue other than it started creasing my wall. The really cool thing is that if you look down this edge here, you see where the snow is pulled away. That's because the building's not insulated. The areas where it is still touching are behind the old original Outback radiant system backboards that I sprayed foam on behind, and then farther down the same thing behind the current. So the two spots that are insulated actually don't let the heat transfer through and melt the snow. So now I can't wait to get the whole building insulated. With any luck at all, it'll be by the end of the year. Worst case scenario, it'll be back next year. Overall, it's been a nice little trip. Only a few days. Fairly therapeutic. The sun's out just bright and crazy today, so it's beautiful. Makes it hard to fly back. And like I said, we'll be here in a few weeks. We'll get a lot more adventures and chores done. And I'll see you then. Until next time, I'm Ryan, Vowell Ventures. Have a great day.